Self.
Look, we have to think that Falcons are coming into this as pretty heavy favorites. Obviously, they are the team that just got in Kerrigan exactly for this reason, for them to contend for trophies. They didn't manage to in Astana for the debut, but this is their second chance against Spirits.
Yesterday, Zonic gave an
Salam alaikum, le grand final sahur Ramzan tek.
everything's kind of going according to plan. However,
Grand
just this
final kita
pressure of
dulu
lifting
kayıp
a
yok
trophy. It's like
PUBG'den
this
yine.
stat yesterday that Muncie has never lifted a trophy under the Falcons. But if they're able to get a win over here, I feel like pressure-wise, it's really gonna help things out heading into the
Uzun yıllar
How
boşlanade.
would you say Kerrigan's impact has been? I feel like at this point we can say a hugely positive addition to the team.
Yeah, I really like this Kerrigan addition a lot because it made a lot of sense on. Gotta find the witch that put the curse on them, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, this is there's no excuse here. Like you're coming in, like it's not your first event either. You had a Astana run right there where you went up against a Spirit, so understandable loss in the grand finals over here. But coming in, you've beaten Mouse yesterday, which was a bit of a hard-fought affair, especially coming down to the final map as well. So right now, the Falcons are very much aware that this
strike yemedi bu ne? Grand final.
Very shortly, we can turn our attention to Legacy. For now, though, let's make sure everybody at home is keeping an eye on their screens as we welcome our teams to the stage. I think rather than go through too many details at this point, we should enjoy a bit of the fanfare and show going on in Shanghai Strikers.
I'm just curious what it's going to look like for the reception in terms of Legacy. We're talking about getting all the support yesterday. They are going up against the Falcons team that is very, very heavily favored by the Chinese crowd. They love them some Falcons, to be honest.
There's not a lot of booing with the Chinese audience, though, right?
No,
I feel like Legacy will be cheered, but a lot of love yesterday. But I just feel like Falcons are gonna get a much bigger applause and cheers coming in from the Chinese audience here.
Well, Nico has been a megastar in that region for a very long time, and then more recently we've seen Monacy and Csgo being adopted by those
very quickly.
Well, but I hope for some positivity to emanate from the crowd for Legacy as well. But it's going to be tough when the Falcons are coming out. Did you guys see that meme that I think it was like a month ago of Kerrigan Nico that came from China, and then Kerrigan's got like a police siren on his head, and it's like an AI made anime. You guys didn't see that? That went big. All right, I'm sure Kat will know what I mean.
I don't watch AI slop call. I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay, well it was a great piece of AI work, and there's our trophy as well. Who's going to lift it when it's all said and done? Falcons or Legacy?
有请巴西劲旅 CNC 的卫冕冠军
Ana oyunda boşlama oldu aslında.
All right, Legacy seem to be descending onto the stage at fast. And yeah, there was a little pop there from our crowd. And since
they're obviously going to look back at that tape and see what they can do differently. I do think it will start with the veto, but I mean we can get into that when we see that on the screen. We can see there's a bit of a different approach to the introductions here, one by one. Look at this.
Ana kubga oldu. Şu iken ne kubga? Qani nima bo'larkan Xitoylardek? Xitoylar turnirda Falcon pabedan oladimi, olmaydimi? Ana
Look, we'll see about the bias when the Falcons guys come out.
You're definitely going to see a difference in the ball.
These guys, they're here to enjoy themselves, to be honest. Yes, there's a bit of a thing going on with them where they are putting some pressure on themselves to win because they just have the passion and they're just so competitive that they really want to go for the win. But they're obviously not going to be under the same level of pressure as Falcons. The pressure's all going to be on Falcons.
Yeah, for sure. And I think for Legacy, they've already, I wouldn't say overachieved, but they're going to be pretty happy with where they have the position they've made in this tournament right now, right? Having that top 2 run towards Atlanta right now.
onlarla neyimsin
They've clearly shown that they, I mean, of course, they didn't play mouse, but they did kind of beat whoever they had to pretty convincingly, apart from, of course, Falcons early tournament. Even taking a long look to neither one.
Çotga şartlab tashlang. Sho'xlayman buni.
Yeah, and he's got bigger guns.
Okay, shartlab tashlaymiz hozir. Easy.
Maybe it was the angle that it was like from the bottom.
Chotda ovoz pasmi deymi?
More than Nico, to be honest, with those guns. Crazy.
Chotga bilan. Falcon mana, Falcon.
a big roar as the Falcons land. Nico first to step up. Yeah, one of our true megastars, one of the goats of the game.
This is the guy I'm
He's
looking
going to be in
towards.
his element right now. I know there's always the finals thing, but
Falcon.
Nico, the experience, he's going to be going out there to do everything he can to lift that trophy.
But that's exactly who I'm looking to step up, right? Because the finals that I was talking about, the 6 finals that they've lost, Nico's averaging a 0.93 in them, and it's been a kind of a theme with Nico for him to be great all the way up to the semifinals. We obviously saw it yesterday. He was making so many big plays, especially
Kyosuke.
where he was making those plays from down to wrap, right? Where he was getting the flanks off. But that's what I want to see out of him in this final, right?
Kyosuke. Прям qiynasa kerak bugun Kyosuke bilan birmasa kerak. Makaze.
This is so sick.
Yeah, I think perfect will knocking out the park right there. No, I 100% agree with you. I think
Makaze,
it's going to be a pretty
Arbuz.
interesting
İyi
couple of
değil
months
ki.
for Nico, right?
Oh,
And Major as well, to see how he's going to thrive.
Tezis.
Tezis for me has been the bit of a question mark for the side of Falcons, not because
You've been in the green room saying you're Danish goat whenever he's on.
Vay
he is my
trainer.
Danish goat, but the
Baton
struggle
canım.
for him is not because he's bad or anything like that. It's just the new positions he's playing right now in the moment. You're looking at
Poopsie.
Mirage, you're looking at Dust 2, you're looking at some certain roles where he's not super comfortable on. So it's about how quickly he can adapt.
Monusi, qani
And I
Monusi.
feel like if he's able to
Kubokchi
every
rolliga
opportunity
anta,
to get in an official
Falconlar
rep,
kitabi.
try to fix so many small problems. So it's going to be an important test for Testis as well.
Qiynash timer bo'ladiki.
As much as it has been kind of a work in progress for him for some of these transitions, especially I'm thinking kind of Mirage A anchoring instead of B anchoring. He was actually doing really well as the B anchor, but the transition towards A has been a bit of a struggle.
Well, you're not going to keep Carrigan at A, right?
Well, that's one thing, obviously.
Monacy.
But the good part was that Tessis has had a couple of great CT sides on Ancient, where he's gone from Cave to the B anchor instead of like with
Kyosuke.
Kerrigan going into Cave.
İyi,
And he
iyi
was
oldu,
actually having a
iyi.
really good time in this matchup. And the same thing with Dust 2, where he's gone towards the B bomb site as well from long. Where
Yes.
Kerrigan is now. He had a great time when he was playing in this match. So it's what you want to see out of him.
Great moment there as each of our players shook hands, or as we say in the UK, spud, fists. And then at the very end, of course, are both coaches, Zonik and ADR, Ada, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. Guys, talking about coaches, tactics, how deep does the tactical depth have to be on both teams here? I would say more of the weight is on Falcons, and perhaps, if anything, Legacy could lean into a bit of chaos.
I think that's what Legacy does need to do in this matchup, to be honest, because they're not going to win
아직도
through
그렇게
playing the better brand of Counter-Strike. We saw a little bit yesterday that I was a bit surprised by. That they
13
were
rounds
actually
안
quite
라디신?
timid, quite tame, let's
원래
say, in the
기대해버려요
matchup against
빨리
MIBR that I expected to devolve into a little bit more chaos.
이즈나고
But we know that when Art gets the opportunity, he can call for some of these big explosive plays. But the same thing happens on the other side. We know Kerrigan has brought that little bit of spiciness, the phase bullshit as we've called it before, into this Falcons team.
Arrogant bullshit.
It is, yeah. I think we're gonna start calling it that instead of phase.
I think it's going to also depend a little bit on the maps, right? Obviously, it's going to be a best of 5. We're not going to be seeing Overpass or Anubis coming in, right? And I feel like Inferno, potential weak spot for the Falcons, especially the CT
Nico,
side. And I
Tezes,
think that's what Art is looking
Kyosuke,
to exploit. Is super fast,
Makaze.
plays, catching some of these players off guard, especially towards B, where Falcons were struggling quite a bit early in the tournament as well. I think I agree with you. I think that's what's going to happen. For Falcons, I'm not expecting anything too tactical. I think it's more going to be about the synergy, just kind of working on it, defaulting a little bit, and just playing clean Counter-Strike. Don't have too many holes. Because I was seeing even Nico and Tessa struggling a little bit. I'm expecting Mirage coming out from Legacy here. So they get first pick, Falcons maybe with the Ancient. I think that's the order we're going to be going with, right? And then Inferno from Legacy, Dust 2 from Falcons, because that's their most played map, and Nuke as a decider if we do.
Yeah, let's see. Mirage, I think. Oh, there's a Nuke pick coming out. This is from.
Legacy.
That's a curious
Well,
one.
I'm actually surprised with that.
They are 4-0 on it in the last couple of tournaments. So I'm thinking that.
Hey, all you need is
Falcon
Lotto
overpass
on the B side
bankalle
1v3 with an AWP, no less,
There's
right?
the Ancient. I'm not
Ancient
super surprised
olarken
that they've changed it up from the last time around. Obviously, they picked Dust 2 and they got kind of slammed by
Falcon
Modesty
Lens
on the picks when they were playing the T side. So a change was coming. I expected the Mirage more, but I guess it is coming in the second round of bans anyway.
I don't think Falcons were expecting this either. And you did say, like, you need a little bit of a curveball being thrown in by them, and the curveball is indeed going to be this early nuke. So, what do we have remaining here? It's going to be
Mirage.
pick.
So Inferno decider.
Inferno.
I feel like Inferno would have been a better pick, honestly, for Legacy.
If it goes down to 5, I don't know what's going to happen there because
Is it going to go down to 5?
Ancient Mirandasta. Bir şans da bir mette Falcon'la bile. Gideceğim Dasta kıyınapta şarkı. Mouse'da bile. Mirage'ydi gidecek bir gün. Mirage'da. Kıyınap.
The other one was a overtime win over M80, so it's obviously not going to be a place of comfort for Falcons, while Legacy have actually shown a lot of good things
Guys,
at this tournament.
You've both expressed quite a bit of surprise at this veto. Can you explain that a
Oğuz'u
bit more?
bantabla bir adı Niko
Nothing
be.
crazy. It's just that Legacy have
Deagle
always
çadı.
gone with this
Boşuna ola
It's a
Oğuz'u
home
ince.
map. They're super convincing on it. Even yesterday when they were 9-3 down, they were able to mount that comeback. And I feel Falcons have had a few struggles, especially the CD side. But you coming in, there's just one.
Vay Niko.
Why Falcons were able to close out you against Falcons. It was looking a little rough. It was looking a little confusing. But the fact that on the T side they're able to be calm and composed. That's really
Öyle
cool.
şöyle dönüyor Niko.
Even Reddit, top of Reddit is a post about how they broke the window with a Molotov.
Yeah, the
and then
timing.
Nico got the timing right, got the flank in.
Vay.
But it did come down to not kawaii Nico, but good Nico.
Bir yarım mintte uyum boşlanan
Right? I'm
Oğuz'u.
not a weep here, alright? You got to probably ask Paula or something.
Niko.
The point is,
Niko önce Niko'nun kursattı. Gece ligin Niko pizde oynattı prem.
but even for Legacy, they play a very
Forma
smart
dalgın
game. It's
kursatı
not like
vardı
it's
Oğuz'u.
super honed in as
Prime.
well. So,
Niko
yeah, I'm
Prime.
expecting a little bit of chaos from Legacy to try and maybe catch Falcons off guard here.
I love the fan love in China. One of the best crowds in esports. We can see some Monacy fan love there as well. We saw a bunch of posters for Nico.
Oyun tuşla olarken
When we
oluyor.
were there for the Shanghai Major, there were
Yes.
rails and rails of fans standing outside the hotel, basically
Oğuz
throughout
olmuştu.
the entire day and night. And I'm sure
Çok iyi
the players have been
Oyunda boşa olsa vurur Rasta 40 sekunddan
That
yine.
trophy is also slowly become iconic.
Kubek.
Paula. Like that's
Kemal Kitade.
2019 for the first CAC as well. So
beautiful trophy.
over the years, like
Falcon
we had a
yok
few
ki.
trophies becoming kind of like a mainstay. And
Niken
the
bak
CAC trophy,
uyuyor da.
that's that's the one which one of these two teams are going to lift.
Guys, I'm going to trust our timer and assume that that is roughly accurate for when we're getting into this one. We can, of course, divert course if that's not going to be the case. But Striker and Blair, let's start getting some final thoughts and hard predictions. Strike yourself.
Are you looking for the whole final, or are we looking for just one map?
Whatever you prefer, bro. Whatever you prefer.
Look, I do think that this is a final for Falcons to lose. They should come out on top. I do think that Legacy has some fight in them, and I'm thinking 3-1.
Blair?
I'm going to be disappointed if Falcons. I think it's going to be tight, a couple of tight maps here and there, but Falcons should take this one 3-0 because they're gunning for the major. And against Legacy, they should try to make this as clean as possible. 3-0 for Falcons.
All right. Well, gentlemen, as always, thank you for
Falcons
your thoughts. And to cast off through the game, let's carry it over to Anders and Henry G.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. Welcome to Super Sunday here at CAC. We've got a grand final for the ages. Falcons gunning for their first trophy of this roster, and Legacy looking to defend their title as the champions of the previous tournament.
Yes,
Henry, I can't wait for this. I think it's going to be really
exciting. The storylines are all there. I think they're still a great job breaking everything down. Especially enjoyed, Striker talking about Nico's performance in the grand finals.
Right, okay, sure.
There's so much drama going into this. Like, everyone knows already, yeah, Falcons should be winning it. But we said that before.